Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, like Willie Nelson, we're on the road again. Song of the Open Road is an 8.5% Winter Warmer from Bell's Brewery in Comstock, Michigan. A Winter Warmer is an interesting choice for the latest in Bell's Walt Whitman Leaves of Grass series, but nothing so far in this whole series has been conventional. I know I mentioned that in the first video for this series, Song of Myself, that I'd be reviewing all 7 beers, but I think 4, which was To a Locomotive in winter, must have come and went pretty quickly, because I'm sure I missed it, and that seemed like it was one of the more interesting beers in the line. It was a smoked porter, I believe. Now, I'll admit, some of these have been interesting and pretty good, and others, for me at least, have fallen flat. So with that being said, let's take a look at the label on this one, and we'll get it into a glass. There won't be any fun facts, because in all honesty, I'm tired of reading you and telling you about Walt Whitman. So let's take a look at the bottle. The label's pretty standard for the series so far. We'll start with the bottle cap before I flash to the label. The bottle cap in this case has a V, which stands for the Roman numeral number 5. That's the cap. So at least all the caps have been different. Now on the front of it, on the neck of the bottle, of course, is that gray label with a kind of an off-white beige kind of color. It says Bell's Comstock, Michigan, which is how almost all the necks and almost every bottle of a Bell's beer has. And on the front, much like all the other beers, this one has a number 5 because it's 5th in the series, Song of the Open Road, and it tells you it's from the Leaves of Grass series. It is a winter warmer ale, brewed and bottled by Bell's Brewery Incorporated in Comstock, Michigan. Then on the back, it says, the 5th of 7 beers celebrating a literary classic and one of our favorites, Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. A sipper that is nice and malty with notes of baked bread, brown sugar, and dark fruit. A perfect winter companion to keep you warm and toasty. And then it has the shelf life, which it says 12 months. Alcohol is 8.5% by volume, and this was packaged on January 10th, 2020. It is January 25th, Saturday, January 25th, that I'm recording this. So it's about 2 weeks since this has been packaged that we're taking a look at it, so that should be fine. This whole series, like I said, has been really surprising. I'm going to use my Bell's glass. I've just been surprised. I mean, some of them have been really good. Some have for me, I haven't liked so much. The first one I really enjoyed. So let's see how this one is. And I don't remember the last time that I had a winter warmer. I know I haven't had one on the channel. I know that's for sure. Let's put a nose on the bottle here. It smells like it's kind of roasty, toasted malts. That's what I get out of the smell here. Maybe a slight hint of chocolate, but not much. It smells really toasty. That's what I'm getting. But winter warmers are a style that I think I may have dabbled in years ago, but they've kind of fallen out of favor. This is coming out like a clear brown out of the bottle. And as you can see, not much of a head to speak of. It's like an old style that just really hasn't continued to keep up, I guess. A lot of people don't make winter warmers these days. I think Harpoon's winter warmer, I think it's Harpoon, is one that I've had that I really remember enjoying. But so anyways, with that, there's not much head to speak of. I didn't pour really aggressively, but I was kind of hoping for a little bit more of a head. Let's put a nose on this. Actually, let's hold it up to the light first. It's got an amber kind of color to it, a brown to amber color. It's light. It's not hazy by any means, but it is not totally transparent. Like I can kind of see my fingers through it. Like I can see silhouettes, but I can't really see detail. And that might just be because the beer is just so dark, but it's not. It's amber. It's somewhat transparent, but not transparent enough to see through it completely, and not completely opaque either. So let's put a nose on it here. Yeah, getting kind of like I said before, a toasty, roasted kind of malt smell, maybe a little bit of a bready kind of smell through as well. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Cheers. I almost choked as you take a breath and you swallow or something at the same time. So the mouthfeel is a little bit it's on the medium side, but it's like dead center in the middle of medium. It's the most medium kind of mouthfeel that you can have. It's not thick, not thin. It's just dead set, straight in the middle, medium mouthfeel. super roasty, dark flavors. Very, very just kind of almost borderline bitter, dark roasted malts. Getting a little bit of, it's got a bready kind of like a baked bread kind of finish. The flavor that comes through on the end is like a really darkened bread crust. Like that's the kind of dark, when I say dark and bready, I'm thinking not as the bread itself, like the center of the bread, but the actual crust, like where the center is nice and kind of chewy, but the outside of the bread is just kind of hard and really well done, like not burnt, but well done, like a well done crust. That's kind of the finishing breadiness that I'm getting on this. I know it says this is more of a sipper, but the bigger swallow that I take of it, like when I took the first taste and it was a smaller sip, I wasn't getting any sweetness. It was just all roasted, malty flavors, roasted, just roasted malts. That was it. And like, again, like I said, that dark kind of almost burnt kind of breadiness. But as I took a bigger, kind of gulp of it or a bigger kind of swig of it and held it in my mouth, that's when that sweetness comes through. And with the bigger kind of taste, I'm almost not getting any of that kind of roasty flavors and the breadiness. So it's it's kind of a tale of two beers, like that sip and the quick drink, the sweetness comes and goes so quickly that it's so overpowered by everything that comes afterwards. But when you take the big draw, the big kind of gulp, the big kind of hold it in your mouth, drink that you get, that's when that real kind of sugary sweetness comes through. And it's really, and I mentioned this about Manhattan Wizard, it's really impressive that when you drink it one way, and I've said this about countless beers, but that's the one that comes to mind most recently. When you drink a beer one way, you get one kind of flavor out of it. And then when you come at it from a different approach, from a different angle, it's a totally separate beer and you're getting totally different flavors out of it. So it's almost like, how do I want to play this, when you drink it? And you can think of it that way. Like, do I want to play it where it's kind of more on that roasty side, or do I want to play it more where it's on that sweet side? And you could play it either way on this. I'm not getting 8.5%. Nothing to kind of, nothing to turn your nose up at, but it doesn't blow your mind. But I can tell you, I could have really had this last week when all the shoveling and all the snow came and all that stuff and kind of clearing all that stuff out. Winter Warmer, unfortunately, hasn't really been too much of a winner, but this is a really, again, a really interesting beer. This whole Walt Whitman series has been really intriguing. Some of them, again, some of them have been really good, and some of them have been not my thing. Maybe not necessarily bad, but not my thing. This one, again, is intriguing because it's that Winter Warmer style, and you don't see that too much anymore. So if you want to try and get something out of the ordinary, you want to kind of go off the beaten path, you're maybe tired of all the barrel-aged stouts, or just all the stouts in general, all the dark porters, and you're tired of the IPAs, and the New England-style IPAs, and the milkshake IPAs, and the this IPA and that IPA, and you just want to come back to kind of the roots of, craft beer, stuff that would have come out like 10 years ago and somebody would have lost their mind over a Winter Warmer. Come back to this, come check out this Winter Warmer, and maybe it might change your mind on what you think darker beers should be, because again, it's just got that tale of two beers. And it's an interesting choice, and while Walt Whitman might not be my favorite author, I'm really interested to see, where the next beer in this series is going to be, which I think the next one, I can't even think what the next one is, but obviously it's going to be number 6, and I think it's coming out around May of 2020. I'm just really looking forward to see what that one's like and what that one brings. All right, friends, that has been Song of the Open Road, the 5th in the Walt Whitman Leaves of Grass series from Bell's. Have you had this one yet? Do you have a favorite of the series so far? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, if you like beer, you might want to subscribe and click that bell, because I'm here talking about beer twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's all for free for viewers just like you. And you might miss your next favorite if you're not subscribed and getting those notifications. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. And remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries wherever they are, and don't forget to keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Thanks for watching. Cheers.